Welcome, students. Today, let us learn the first lesson in civics, that is, Introduction to our Constitution, Part 1. Students, in the previous classes, we saw why rules are necessary in our lives. You know, students, in reality, life cannot be placed in order without rules and regulations. For example, if everyone could simply do what they want in a classroom, do you think that much learning would take place? Is it an ideal environment for learning? A classroom without rules would be downright chaotic, means unpleasant, confusion, or disorder. So, rules and regulations are necessary. We follow norms, means an accepted standard or a way of behaving or doing things that most people agree with, and rules so that our movements, our actions, our activities in our family, our school, our village, or city are carried out smoothly, evenly. There are no hard and fast rules in the family, but there are norms, that is behavioral pattern of members in family. There are rules in schools for admission, like you have to fill the admission form and so on. You have rules related to uniform, like proper shoes and socks, and studies, that is, you have to bring books as per your timetable, and you have to complete your homework on time, and so on. Similarly, various competitions have different rules, like swimming competition have different rule, badminton competition have different rules. The administration means the process of running of our village or city is carried out according to the rules. In the same way, the administration of our country is carried out through a system or set of rules. The rules set for family, school, competition, village, or city is very limited, narrow, little, small. But the rules or provision means laws about the administration of a country is very wide, broad in scope, that is range. Means there are so many because a family, school, village is a part of our country. So the rules are small, limited. And our country is very big. It has 28 states and 8 union territories. So the rules are many more and wide in range. Now, a question may arise in your mind that where can we find all the rules according to which the administration of our country is carried out? So, the answer to this is Constitution. It contains all the rules according to which administration of our country is carried out. Now, you may also think, who makes those rules? Government makes those rules. A question like, is it binding? Means compulsory for us to follow the rules may also come in your mind. The answer is yes. A responsible citizen abides, has to obey all the laws and order, rules of a country that is written in constitution. Now, let us understand the meaning of the constitution. Constitution is a book in which all the provision regarding the administration of a country are mentioned together in a systematic way. A constitution is a set of rules that guides how a country or state works. The constitution may tell what are the branches of the government, what powers they have, and how they work. It may also state the rights of citizens. The government's other laws are not allowed to disagree with its constitution. The constitution may be amended, means a change or addition to a law. It is called an amendment. But this is generally more difficult to do than passing an ordinary law. The government means an organization that does many things. It defends the country from outside enemies. It keeps order with the country and it provides services to the people, is established by the representatives, means people chosen to act or speak on behalf of others, or who is authorized to speak for someone else are elected by the people. They are bound, means have to carry out administration as per the provision, means rules in the constitution. The laws are based on the ideas about what is right and wrong. The laws and regulations are mentioned in the constitution and considered as fundamental law of the land because no central, state, or local government can intervene, means involve itself with the rights, duties, privileges, laws, and regulation as mentioned in the constitution. While making a law, the government has to follow constitution. If it does not do so, the judicial authorities of the country, all the judges of the country, has right to declare the law null and void or unconstitutional, means will ban the law. Let us see some provisions in the constitution. The provisions in the constitution are about various things like citizenship, means the position or status of being a citizen of a particular country. The citizenship of a person shows that the individual is registered as a citizen by the government of the respective country. Let's see how Indian citizenship is acquired. There are four ways in which Indian citizenship can be acquired, that is, by birth, descent, registration, and naturalization. By birth means a person is born in a particular country, holds the citizenship of that country. Citizenship can also be acquired through registration, means a person born in India, that is, Indian origin, who has been a resident of India for 7 years before applying for registration. A person who is married to an Indian citizen and is normally resident for 7 years before applying for registration. There are many more which you will be learning in higher education. Now, the third is by descent, means a person born outside India, but his or her father was a citizen of India by birth, or either of the parent was a citizen of India by birth. Even this you will be learning in higher education. The fourth is naturalization. A person can acquire citizenship by naturalization if he or she is normally resident of India for 12 years, that is, the foreigners. There are also provisions in the constitution about the rights of citizens in India. According to Indian constitution, there are six basic fundamental rights of Indian citizens, which are right to equality, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to freedom, right to constitutional remedy, and right against exploitation. We shall study all these rights in detail in the coming lessons. Constitution also consists provision about the relationship between the citizen and the state. Look, children, man lives in society. Citizens and citizenship are closely related to state means government. The success of government or state depends on good citizens. So, it is absolutely necessary for all to have knowledge about citizenship. It is natural tendency of man to live together with others as a social being. He forms a society by the demand of nature and necessity. And the man of society from different types of institution for special purpose. And state is a special type of institution organization. Among all institutions in the society, the most important organization is state. There are many subjects on which the government made laws like education, irrigation, public health, and so on. How laws are made. A bill or a draft of a proposed law that is passed by both the houses, that is, Rajya Sabha means Council of States, and Lok Sabha, that is, Council of the Parliament, goes to the Speaker. A Speaker is a member of Parliament, is elected to hold the position, signs it, and now the bill is sent to the President for approval. If the President gives approval, it becomes a law. How to conduct elections, the rule of it are also mentioned in Constitution in detail. Indian Constitution can limit the power of the government in the sense that between the government and Constitution is supreme and government are questioned for not following the rules, provisions written in Constitution. The Constitution also talks about jurisdiction of the state. Jurisdiction means the official power to make legal decision and judgment. Do you know, students? Different countries have different constitution and nature. Let us learn about. Almost all countries have accepted the principle of governance according to a constitution. Yet, the nature of the constitution of different countries are different because different countries have different cultures and expectation of how they want to conduct themselves. There is quite a variety or range of beliefs and ideas that has existed in human history, and different countries have taken different paths from that variety or range and made constitution based on how they view things. Sometimes religion can also play a major part in how a country makes up their constitution. When a new country is being formed, the founder will have their own belief system from which they draw inspiration. And when a country is going through a revolution, means revolt, rebellion, the people who wins the struggle will have a different idea of how they want the country to function, which may be drastically different from how the founders wanted it. Different countries have different laws, constitution, because we as humans never agree on everything of our own free will and want to do things in our own way. Now, let us take the example of America and England. The administration of the countries like America and England is carried out as per their respective constitution. But these two constitutions are different. The American Constitution came into force in 1789, is a written constitution and has only 7 articles. Every after 225 years, the American government follows the same constitution. England has a long history of several centuries. The rules of running the country here are found in the form of conventions, means agreement, treaties, norms, and traditions. Yet they are followed meticulously, means carefully. The Magna Carta of 1215 was a document signed by King John. After the negotiations with his barons at Runnymede, Surrey, in England, it was written by barons to protect their rights and property against tyrannical, dominating king. It is concerned with many practical matters and specific experiences relevant to the feudal system, means slavery, under which they lived, marks the beginning of the development of the English Constitution. Even though there are certain written rules, the English Constitution is considered to be primarily unwritten. Here, we can say that America has written and England has unwritten constitution shows difference in nature of constitution. In other words, there are differences in history, social structures, cultures, traditions, etc. between the countries. Similarly, their needs and objectives also might be different. Each country tries to create a constitution that is not only suited to their needs and objectives but also is in tune with distinct nature. Now, let us see the need of constitution. Look, students, constitution is a set of laws of how a country is governed. A constitution is an outline of what a country shall look like and that is accepted by all people living together in a country. It lays down certain ideals that people as a citizen aspire, hope to live in society like spread of brotherhood and to give certain level of education to children, or it determines the nature of the society like democratic. It is needed because it defines the nature of the country's political system like federal, secular, socialist, and democratic in India. Federal system of government is one that divides the powers of government between the national government and state and local government. Secular system is the belief that religion should not be a part of the affairs of the state or part of public education. Socialist implies social and economic equality. Social equality the absence of discrimination on the grounds only of caste, color, creed, sex, religion, or language. Economic equality means ideas of fairness regarding taxation. Equal life chances means equal opportunity regardless to identity. To provide all citizens with basic and equal minimum of income, goods and services, or to increase funds and commitment for redistribution. Democratic system means it is a form of government in which hold political power and can rule directly or through elected representative like what we do in India. We elect our representatives. It ensures that dominant group do not use its power against others or minorities. Minorities in India includes Muslim, Sikh, Christian, Buddhist, Parsis, Jains. So minorities have been given certain special protection and rights. It also saves us from ourselves like sometimes we strongly feel about any issue that might go against our largest interest like sometimes we think that India needs any dictatorship against democracy for to resolve some issues like terrorism or Naxalism. It enables the government to fulfill the aspiration, hope of society and create condition for just society where everyone has been put equal before law and there is rule of law. It gives basic fundamental identity to the people of the country like democratic in nature. It balances equal share among different institutions where no single institution has monopoly of power. This ensures that even if one institution wants to subvert, means to ruin the constitution, others can check its transgression, means offense, wrongdoing, and make specification of decision making power, means it specifies the allocation or division of basic power, like allocation division of power between various level of government, that is national level, state level, local level. It gives us reference for right and wrong, what, whom to follow when in doubt. So basically acts as a reference book. It specifies, means tells clearly how the rulers are to be chosen and what the government is allowed to do and what not to do. It determines relationship between the state and people, which I have already discussed. It gives at least something to every person, group, society to stick to the constitution and hope something better, like there are separate positive provision for minority group, women, weaker section of the society. It gives fundamental rights to the people so that the state, the government could not go against the desire of the people. So, slowly, constitution becomes the part and parcel of citizen of a nation, and citizen starts thinking in constitutional way and aspire, hope to live in a society that constitution recognizes. Thank you for listening. Soon I will be back with the next part of the lesson. Till then, stay tuned.